Alright kids, it is Thursday on our push-pull leg split. So we're starting the second round. So this push day will be more chest focused, okay? So the first exercise is, for lack of a better word, I call them field flies. So it's just very light, open hands, you know, getting a feeling for pushing my elbows together, because that's really what the pecs do. And then if you're so inclined, you can do a couple on the squeeze end and on the stretch, but it's basically just an exercise to get you ready for the actual hypertrophy work, right? So then the second exercise, imagine I'm using it a whole stack now, going really heavy and all kinds of things, is kneeling presses. I go in so shoulder blades tucked, abs tight, glutes tight, and I drive my elbows together just till about here, without ever rolling my shoulders, so just kind of like this. And I would be doing, let's say, 3 to 4 sets, and in the last round I might be doing some small ones just about here. However, I don't want to go too crazy, because now comes the real meat and potatoes, so to speak, the elevator dumbbell press. So we did this with the squats, it's the same idea. So I tuck my shoulder blades and I actively pull the dumbbells down, whatever is my range of motion, which is about here. Then I come up about a quarter, back down, half, back down, up. But even the full rep wouldn't be like this, it'd be like that, okay? So inward intention at all times. So quarter, half, full, and a very controlled negative. So for the shoulders, I still be doing some work, but needless to say, I wouldn't be doing actual shoulder press, because the whole pressing apparatus is pretty much fried as is. So I be just working on the three-way side raises. So I start out leaning. Now it's critical that you lead from the elbow, not from the traps. So you come about here, come out, you take a couple steps, stand up tall, work in the mid-range, and then turning around for the top of the motion. So that would be it for the medial delt. And then, just to give my triceps a bit of a break for next exercise, I would be doing some rear delt work, which again, very, very focused. So I set up like so. And then flex my tricep and go in, and I come out till about here. So it's really like a 12-inch motion, so it wouldn't be like any of this, be like break till here, okay? So now my triceps should be a little bit recovered, and now I'm going into the tricep set, and there's 2 variations you can do. So the first one would be a skull crusher, and then go into a Tate press, and then close grip. So that's one. This one I prefer actually, which is a skull crusher, and then you're shoving back really far, stretching the long head, getting a couple more here, and then coming back up, the training partner, so, and you're doing close grip bench, but without rolling forward, you're keeping it back. So that would be Thursday, Maik out. All right guys, TGF, thank God it's Friday in our imaginary workout plan. So it's the second pull day. We're starting off with a favorite of mine, the 2-arm pullover, to create length in the lats. I said this before, but the pullover is not a chest exercise, it's a lat exercise. So obviously, you know, don't be a hero, you stretch whatever you can, just get a good feel for it. lengthen the lats. I prefer the 2-arm dumbbell because then you really know how flexible you are and if there are any issues. So I get one more here. And then I'll be starting with a kneeling single arm pull down, the focus being on contraction. So I kneel down and I'm actually trying to bring my body in a twist and really squeezing the lats. So because the lats end back here, that's the end of the motion. So I'm getting a real feel for the contraction there. So that'll be the second exercise. 3 to 4 sets. Then we'll be going for the main meat and potatoes, which is the 3-way Cobra. So at first, falling slightly forward, work a lot on your mid-back, and as you fatigue, which I never do, you sit up tall, get another 6 or so, and you're falling back, and you're recruiting the bicep to really burn the lats. So that would be like, depending how I feel, like 3 to 4 sets. Then I'll be here, single arm rows. So that would be, you tilt, think like 11 o'clock, you lock the shoulder and you pull back. Now you gotta remember, the body doesn't know bodybuilding, right? So whatever muscle you're using first, that's what they will be using. So if you're doing this, that's a heavy bicep curl, okay? If you're doing this, you're actually engaging your lats. So here I would just do straight sets, 3 to 4, depending on. And then the next one is optional. So if I'm feeling great and I have lots of energy, like today, I'll do deadlifts and rows, deads and rows. So half a deadlift, turn, squeeze tight. And if not, then I skip those and I go straight to the bicep exercise. So here we would be doing assaultment curl. So sit very upright, curl up, turn out, lower slowly. Helps with the vascularity tremendously. So that would be day 5. My God. Okay guys, we're on day 6 of our push-pull leg split. It's, so to speak, Saturday, and it's legs again. So today would start out with a single leg deadlift. This is just like a glute activation exercise. It's actually really hard to do while talking and not to tap, but because I'm so awesome, I can actually do it. That would be like 5 reps or so per leg. 3 to 4. That's not to failure, that's just to get everything going and activated. Then we start with my all-time favorite hamstring movement, not hamster, hamstring, where we're doing stiff-legged banded deads. It's just so good for the hamstrings and posterior chain. If your gym doesn't allow that setup, then you can do the cables, but in all fairness, this is better. So normally I'm having like 600 pounds because I'm like super strong, but it's just a demo tape. And then for today's main course, I would be doing trap bar squats. So stand in like whatever the thing permits, and then squat till about here without locking out. And the way I would do it would be a cluster set. So it would be 5 reps, 10 seconds break, 5 reps, 10 seconds break, 5 reps. So it would be 15 sets total, 15 reps for 3 sets or so. This will allow me to use a bigger weight than I normally could. And yes, I use straps because my hands are weaker than my legs. So that would be pure power. And then to wrap out, I would go to the leg press and do mid-range only, medium wide stance, 30 reps or so. Normally it would be a lot more weight, so we just like small motion just to fully exhaust the legs. And in the breaks, we talked about that because I have a complex as to how small my arms are. I usually either have my band for some curls or so, or I use dumbbells for a kickback curl combo during the break, just to get some more volume in for the arms, and hopefully at some point they will grow, you know. One can only hope. So these are all my tips. If you need proper coaching, contact me, Mike out.